GeoShred Studio is a Macintosh version of GeoShred that runs as a standalone app and an AUv3 plugin. And you can use your iOS device running GeoShred to control GeoShred Studio. So you get all the same three-dimensional physical modeling, expressive control that you would get on your iPad. Further, because it runs as an AUv3 plugin, it can be a part of your workflow, so you don't have to try crazy things like recording audio from GeoShred on your iPad to a DAW on your Macintosh. You can just record it as MIDI directly and make it a normal part of your workflow. It's really fantastic. Let's get started. You can install GeoShred Studio either from the moforte.com website or from the Mac App Store.
On your first visit to the GeoShred Studio store, you'll be asked to create an account. Click on Sign Up and enter your email address. You'll receive an email to verify your account. Click on Access My MoForte account, and you'll be logged into the GeoShred Studio store. To get started, purchase GeoShred Studio. Click on the red Buy Now button. Checkout is secure checkout through FastSpring. Enter your payment credentials. Once the transaction is complete, you'll see a dialog with your download link. Click on Continue and you will be taken back to the store, where you can click on your profile in the upper right. Here you will find a link to download the installer for GeoShred Studio, as well as an Activate button. Click on the link to download the installer and go through the installation process. Once GeoShred Studio is installed, click on Activate, and GeoShred Studio will be launched the first time to activate your license. You will be asked if you want to synchronize GeoShred files across devices. It's a good idea to do this so that if you edit a preset on your iPad, it will synchronize to GeoShred Studio. You'll also receive an email with a receipt for your purchase and a download button. From your profile, you can activate and deactivate GeoShred Studio and purchased instruments for up to 3 machines. And if you purchase GeoShred Studio or instruments from a retail outlet, you can also redeem the activation code given to you by the retailer.
The initial download of GeoShred Studio is free. After you install GeoShred Studio, you'll need to go to the store and purchase GeoShred Studio Essentials. After you install Essentials, it will ask you a question: would you like to use iCloud Drive for synchronizing GeoShred files across devices? You definitely want to say yes to this. What this is going to do is, if you edit a preset on your iPad, the preset will be updated in iCloud and your Mac will see the updated preset. And if you edit a preset on your Mac, it will be saved into iCloud and you will see the updated preset on your iOS device. So that's really great stuff. Once Essentials is installed, you'll be able to purchase additional modeled instruments from the store. And if you install the macOS version of GeoShred Studio, you'll want to go to the Downloads page, GeoShred Studio macOS App Store, and here you can find a link to download the installer for the VST3 and AUv2 wrappers. Go ahead and click on the link, download the installer, go ahead and launch the installer, and go through the installation process. And you'll have the VST3 and AUv2 plugin wrappers installed on your system so that you can use GeoShred Studio with DAWs like Cubase. Now let's go to the iOS version of GeoShred. And as with the Mac version, you're going to get this question about would you like to use iCloud Drive for synchronizing GeoShred files across devices. Again, you want to say yes to that. And there's one additional thing that you want to do is GeoShred Mac uses a mechanism called automation. And you're going to want to turn automation on under settings right here, settings, enable automation. And you're going to go ahead and say okay to that. In a later part of this video, I'll go over what automation is, and there's some considerations that you need to be aware of. So I've connected my iPad directly to my Macintosh with this normal charging cable. This is how you're going to get MIDI and audio to your Mac. Next, let's look at audio MIDI setup to show you how to configure that. So here we are in audio MIDI setup, and you can see that I can see my iPad here listed because it's connected directly by the charging cable. I'm going to go ahead and enable that. This is how I'm going to get both MIDI and audio to any DAW that's running on my Mac. Logic right now, and I'm going to create a new project, an empty project, and I'm going to choose a software instrument. I will choose GeoShred as the instrument. That's the plugin that I'm going to use. I'm going to go ahead and create it, and as you can see, it brings up the GeoShred UI, and now I can play notes directly on the screen. However, we don't envision you playing notes on the screen. That's very tedious. We envision you using GeoShred to play notes. So there is something that you're going to want to do. There's a way of creating a connection between your iPad and your Macintosh. And if I go in here under menu MIDI and connection is off, I select connection receive. So it says ensure connection to your macOS device via IDAM, which we set up already, Bluetooth or audio MIDI interface. We prefer IDAM. That's going to be the lowest latency solution. And so, okay, we're going to say that. Okay, so we're here on my iOS device, my iPad, with GeoShred, and I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to be in send mode. So I'm going to go to MIDI and connection send. Okay, don't warn. And now I should be able to play. You're hearing GeoShred coming from my Mac, and I'm able to play it. Here we go. We have my iPad sending MPE MIDI over to the plugin over in Logic, and I'm just going to play it for just a second. Hey, that's classic GeoShred. And now, why don't we record something? And we'll go ahead and stop that, and then we'll rewind. We recorded something. Let's go ahead and play it. That's classic GeoShred. You can see that GeoShred on the Mac responds to the program changes sent by the iOS device. So for instance, I'm on Shred Lead right now. And I'm going to go ahead and go to the Geo Flute. And you can see it changed here. It changed over here as well. Turn on the overblow. iCloud is used to keep preset edits synchronized between the iOS and the Mac versions of GeoShred. As long as you're using the send, receive, connect protocol between your iOS device and your Mac, then the preset changes will appear on the Mac side within just a few seconds. So as an example, let's go ahead here and I'll choose the Geo Flute. And as you can hear, there's a lot of echo and delay on the flute. I'm going to go here on the iOS side, Mol FX, and I'm going to turn off the echo and the reverb. And I'll go ahead and save that, close, and we'll give it a few seconds. So it turned yellow here because it's edited. You can see it turned yellow here because it's edited. And if we listen, it's perfectly dry. Let's go ahead and make that change again. Model FX. I'll turn the echo and the reverb on, save it, close it, and we'll give it a few seconds here. The reverb and delay are back. So let's talk about automation. You can see there's an automation parameter here in GeoShred. So I have an example. What I've done here, if you look in the preset here, is I've added the Moog VCF to the Shred lead guitar, and I propose to use automation to sweep the frequency on the Moog VCF. So that sounds like a very interesting and tangible example. So we need to talk a little bit about automation. So automation for AUv3 allows you to automate any of the synthesizers or filters parameters, and GeoShred has over 1,000 automatable parameters. Turns out that AUv3 falls apart at about 200 parameters. So what we had to do is create this mechanism here where we have user-defined parameters, and you map the internal parameters from GeoShred to the user-defined parameters. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to map the Moog VCF filter cutoff to user parameter 1. So that looks good. So now we're going to do a little quick recording here. I'm playing it from my iPad, and go ahead and record this. Great, just a little thing with perfect fifths. And now if we go here to the automation in Logic, I am going to choose GeoShred user parameter 01, and I'm going to use the pencil tool to draw a bunch of shapes, and we should hear the filter sweep as this plays back. So let's go ahead and play it back. Nice. Exactly what I expected. So that is parameter automation. The controller automation. So as you may be aware, all of the GeoShred models respond to MPE. So there's in MPE there are three-dimensional controls, and the control that is used for expression is channel AfterTouch or channel pressure. So this particular preset is the cello with a vowel. This particular preset, if it is sent channel AfterTouch, channel pressure messages, it will respond with sweeping through the vowels. It's the cello sweeping through the vowels. So if we take a look at the control surface here, under Poly EXPR, you can see that there's a lot of complicated stuff that's going on to make those vowels. And in fact, there's a bunch of different parameters, and some of these parameters have lookup tables like this right here, which are how the vowels are encoded into this particular preset. So it would be very hard to use parameter automation to automate that because you're controlling 5 parameters and there's going through lookup tables. But if you can just send the MIDI channel pressure control, then you can go right through the mechanism that the designer of the preset intended for vowel expression. So let's go ahead and make a quick recording of the cello with no expression, and then we'll use MIDI automation to send the channel pressure to it. Let's go ahead and do this. So that's 3 notes and no expression. Let's go back and play them back again for a second. If we go to the piano roll, you'll see if you turn on the automation parameter for control for the piano roll that you can automate MIDI controls. And so what I'm going to automate is AfterTouch. And I'm going to use the pencil tool to draw some crazy AfterTouch values where it's AfterTouch or channel pressure. So T pencil tool. So within the note, I'm going to go all the way from the bottom. And then we'll do some crazy things right there. And we'll do some crazy things right there. And now let's go ahead and play it back. And we'll see if we get the vowel automation. So So that's MIDI parameter automation. There are some things to consider about automation. In order to create automation in GeoShred, it was necessary to change the size of the parameter tree to add additional parameters. And it happens to be that AUv3 does not handle changes in parameter tree sizes very well. And so in going from projects that were created with versions of GeoShred earlier than the current version, the project may not load or the plugins may not load. And so there's a procedure that you can use to deal with this. So here's a project that I created with Logic using the 8.1 version of GeoShred, which did not have automation. And I'm going to go ahead and load it, and I'll try to play it, and it doesn't play. And in fact, if I look here at the plugin didn't load properly. And the reason it didn't load is because the parameter tree is different in the latest version of GeoShred. And so what you need to do is this. Close the project. Go ahead and open the standalone version of GeoShred. And I'm going to turn automation. I'm going to disable automation. Okay. And now I can go to Logic Pro app and I can load this project again. And now it works fine because automation is turned off. It's using the old automation format. So what you need to do now is go into the plugin, GeoShred, and in the UI, I'm going to go ahead and under settings, I'm going to turn automation back on. Okay, and now I'm going to save the project. And I'm going to close it and reopen it. And you'll see that now it works correctly. We think that GeoShred is really the best controller to control GeoShred Studio. And if you don't own GeoShred for iPad or iPhone, you can download the free GeoShred Control MPE Controller to use with GeoShred Studio. That being said, you can control GeoShred Studio with an MPE controller, a conventional MIDI controller, or a wind or breath controller. This is GeoShred Studio.